Hello and welcome to today's video. Today I will rebuild this Volkswagen Golf 3 fuel pump because it failed. It was pretty new, but the reason that it failed is that the actual filter down there just ripped. I don't know how, maybe I don't know. It was a pretty cheap fuel pump anyways. So right now I replaced the insides of it with this new one. Hopefully this one is better. I've never actually used this brand before, but it looks promising. It's German, so hopefully it's good quality. So for this job, it's pretty straightforward. The only thing you really need is a screwdriver, which I'm guessing most of you have. Um, and on this design of fuel pump is you need to undo those clips. On others it's just like bolts, which is much easier, but mine is with clips. And then you need to unplug those two electrical connections and that clamp. This is why we have new clamps as well. You will only need one because you don't need to actually remove this one, because it will come off with a cap when you undo the clips. And yeah, so now I'm gonna try to undo those clips. Hopefully nothing snaps, but we'll see. Okay. Okay. Maybe I should unplug the electrical connections. Okay, there goes this one. This one, okay. Okay. I'm gonna do the clamp as well, because it's in the way. Yeah, for this I would probably need a thinner screwdriver. Okay, this should be better. Okay. Okay. I think that should be fine. Okay, that's tighter than it looks. Like the pipe is really in there. It's like glued to it. Yeah, it's really stuck in there. Okay, I think we'll go back to this later because it's really stuck in there. Okay. I'm gonna continue with removing the cap, and then we'll go back to it later. Okay, it's almost out. There's this one clip that is still attached, which prevents me from removing it fully. Okay, so this is it. So this is the actual housing. This is basically this is always filled with fuel so that when you go into a corner, you don't experience fuel starvation. And this is also, I think it's called a basket, if I'm not mistaken. So it has those rubber seals that prevents the fuel pump from vibrating and transferring the vibration into the car. So yeah, now I need to remove the stubborn pipe, which I'm guessing I have to use brute force for that, unfortunately. But we should be fine, because it's dead anyways. Okay, so after a bit of a fight, the actual piece snapped. It was really tight in there. I guess you could use heat, but again, it's plastic, so I wouldn't do it. But probably you can do that as well if you want to risk it. Also, it has fuel in it, so again, I wouldn't recommend it. It's not a good idea, at least in my opinion. But what I did, because it snapped, obviously, I just cut this piece out. It's slightly shorter, but it shouldn't be an issue when clamping it. I think it would be fine. And if you're concerned, you can just remove the whole pipe. If something like this happened to you, you can just remove this pipe completely from here and just put the regular one that is rated for fuel, for gasoline, and you should be fine. But I think it's long enough to like clamp, to have a good clamping for the new pump, so this shouldn't be an issue. Okay, so let's continue. I'm pretty sure that we need to transfer this piece as well from this fuel pump, so I'm gonna remove it now. Just like another filter. And this is our new fuel pump. We'll have a bit of an unboxing here. Okay, so this is our new fuel pump. Let's see if there is something else in here. Yeah, so we have new seals for the bottom part and the top of the fuel pump. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So what we have to do now is get this. Reinstall this piece. Yeah, I mean, what? Is it slightly different? Yeah, so this one is slightly different. It should still fit though. It's also filled with crud. Okay. Okay. I think this should be fine. Like that. And then we just reinstall it like this. Oh, the seals. I almost forgot. So we have the new bottom one. And new upper one. And then we put it like this. Or maybe I need to first wait. Okay, it's almost in there. Okay. That was harder than I thought. Well, it's in there now. The seal seems good. So I think that we're fine. Okay, so that was harder than I anticipated, but it's in there now. So, and also if you have the one with the screws here that hold the cap in, it would be much easier for you. Unfortunately, mine was like that. But yeah, so the only thing that's left is to put a new clamp on that pipe and connect those two electrical connections, and then we're done. Okay. Would you want to go any further in? No? Okay, I think this is as far as it's gonna go. So I'm gonna clamp it now, and hopefully it does not leak. Well, even if it leaks, it will leak in the fuel tank, so it wouldn't be that much of an issue. But again, you would want pressure, so this should be tight. Okay, you can use a screwdriver to actually tighten this, but I'm gonna use a socket so that it's tight in there. So I'm pretty sure it was a 7, but I could be wrong. Yeah, it's a 7. So you grab your 7 and just tighten this clamp. Being careful with the actual outlet for the fuel pump. Should be a bit further in. Okay, this is not going anywhere. All right. And we have one more thing left, which is, of course, reconnecting the electrical connections. So you're looking at the The pins, thankfully, they're like you have a smaller one and a bigger one, so you match them up with those, and you should be fine. Okay, now we're good. What you saw me doing here is I basically uh, kind of, pressed on the pins with the screwdriver because they were a bit too loose. Because on this connector is a bit thicker than on the new pump, so I had to essentially press them a bit with the screwdriver so that they get tighter. Because you don't want to lose connection in the fuel tank, because you create a access heat, and that's not good. Because this sits in fuel all the time, so you wouldn't want heat creating, like excess heat creating here. So this is what I did, and yeah, so that's pretty much it. Okay, so this is the result. I wouldn't call it perfect, but it's definitely good enough. And as I said in the beginning of the video, this was a pretty cheap fuel pump to begin with, and the actual, pieces didn't quite fit well enough from the factory. If I recall correctly, the seal was bulging out a bit from here before I took it apart. So I think it's good enough. The sealing ring is sealing, obviously, and all the clips are actually in. So I think I wouldn't have issues with it. Now you could buy, the whole fuel pump, like the housing and everything, like this whole thing with the level sender unit, but it's much more expensive. It was way cheaper to just buy, just the insides of the fuel pump, like the actual motor. And this is what I did. I think this whole thing, like if you want to buy the whole thing, it was like around 70 euros, and I paid only 20 for this one, for just the actual inside piece, the actual pump, the motor. So if you want to do the work, which is like around 20 minutes, I think it's better to just buy, the motor. It's much cheaper. And yeah, that's it. In the next video, I'm gonna install it in the car, because right now I bought one from a junkyard that was again 20 euros for the whole thing, but it was from a junkyard, so I don't trust it, the actual motor inside, and I want a new one. I'm gonna keep the other one in the trunk just in case if this one decides to fail on me when I'm on a long road trip, just in case. But yeah. Also, one last thing before I forget. The fuel level sender. My car is a variant, so I had quite a few issues with those sensors, like not reading the correct information, which is annoying because you would want to know the exact amount of fuel you have left, obviously. But even for the hatchback, this piece will hit the top of the fuel tank way too early. So I don't think it's an issue only with my car because it's a variant. But yeah, I don't know why they manufacture them like this. Because this is, I don't know if it's for all of the fuel pumps, but when I'm looking at the car parts websites, they all look to be going above the actual cap, like this cap here, that is on the top of the fuel tank and goes to, these are the fuel lines to the engine, the return and the inlet and outlet, and also the electrical connection. So I don't know. I just, to fix the issue, I just bend the, the bracket here, so it sits, slightly lower down. But if you have, for a variant, it's not an issue because the fuel tank is bigger. But if you have a Golf, like a normal Golf, the hatchback version, you may experience an issue where the actual sender shows empty tank around here. Again, because when you bend the bracket, or not the bracket, this piece, you obviously, it will stop way earlier down on the, the bottom part. So again, it's weird. I don't know why they did that and why they continue doing that. Maybe it's not like that for all the fuel pumps, but from the ones that I saw online, they all appear to be like this. So it's stupid. I don't know why they do that. For me, I fixed it like that because I have a bigger fuel tank, so the bottoming out is happening way, later. So for me, it will work, but if you have a hatchback version, it may not work for you. So yeah, I wouldn't recommend doing that, but it could fix your issue. I've actually never, tested it yet, so I don't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure that was the issue. Because again, it was, my fuel gauge was stopping like here, so almost full tank, but not quite. So yeah, that's all I have to say. So yeah, this is the fuel pump rebuild video. Obviously, again, I wouldn't call it perfect, but I'm not an expert. I'm, it's kind of like my hobby. So hopefully I will improve over time and to, get better in the future. But yeah, I would recommend this if you want to, save some cash. It's not a bad alternative to just buy the actual motor and just replace it by yourself. You'll save a lot more money. But yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.